Episode 4. Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider. Asano can't believe his eyes and also can't stop staring at chests. And he can't believe what he's seeing and makes noise. And Yukarisu opens the door and is like, oh, you saw? I gotta kill you too. But Yuriko transforms and is jacked as shit. Yukarisu is like, what the hell is that outfit? And Yuriko is like, I'm Tackle. And Yukarisu is like, who the hell is that? You think you can beat me because you put on that outfit? And then she just gets kicked in the face. I was waiting for the screenshot, yeah.
No, you know we was coming. You knew I had that shit.
Yuriko is like, Asano, go home, you fuck. And he's like, yes, ma'am. But Yukarisu says she's got to kill both of them, and they're shit humans. But Yuriko is like, your boyfriend is human. And then Yukarisu turns out girly and is like, oh, he doesn't count, teehee. And then she attacks. They scuffle, and Yukarisu throws a punch, and Yuriko allows it to hit. And then it slides between her giant chest, and then she throws her. I'm glad you have screenshots here, because me saying it sounds weird, but with a screenshot, it sounds less weird.
Right? It's like, she literally is standing there, and then the punch is like coming in, and she just like gets hit in the nose a little bit, but like jolts back at the last second. She's like, oh my God. And then she fucking grabs her arm and fucking slams her head into the ground. But as her head is getting slammed into the ground, her nose erupts in blood. Erupts. Like, because she got punched in the nose a little bit. So it's just like this whole episode is people getting punched in the nose and their faces erupting.
Yeah, it keeps happening too. But no, she had good form because this is the standard in a lot of grappling sports is using...
Oh, using your titties?
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. Using the momentum against them.
Yeah. Okay. Ladies at home.
Study this screenshot and use this technique is what he was going to say.
I don't think anybody in the history of fighting has ever been like, I'm going to use my titties as leverage to grapple this hand so I can have 2 sets of arms and then slam them into the ground. That's like if someone tried to kick me in the balls and then I was like, haha, you fell into my trap card. And I wrapped my coiled wiener around their foot and throw them with it. It's bad. It's bad ideas.
No, it's good. Haven't you seen those monks that hang like the weights from their stuff and just swing it around?
I have, Greg. Okay. Anyways. All right. Let us. Woo!
So it cuts to Tojima doing some push-ups.
So back.
And then he gets a text from Yuriko that says she needs his help with something. They take knocked out Yukarisu over to the restaurant and hand her back over to Mitsuba and tell him that she's part of Shocker. They take her to a park and put her on a bench, and Mitsuba is like, I can't believe Yukarisu is one of our family's nemesis. And Tojima is like, well, what do you mean? Please tell me more. And Mitsuba is like, I have to tell the rest of the story. Right now, the monster encounter arc. Tojima is like, tell me all about it. And Yuriko is like, well, can you try to keep it short this time? But it flashes back, and Mitsuba and his brother are visiting their grandparents when suddenly a dude and a girl barge into their house and are like, time to steal all yo shit, as the family is just hanging out eating.
Is he supposed to be American? Because he's wearing a Route 66 shirt.
I don't think so. He said Japanese Bonnie and Clyde, so I assume he's Japanese.
Oh, true. But he knows about Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, doesn't everybody?
No.
Oh, did you?
No. Well, yes, but okay, all right. Yeah, I did because I'm also ancient. I've been roaming this earth gaining knowledge for 700,000 years.
But the dude just kicks their grandpa in the face, but then meets his brother, flying sidekicks the guy. Then he jumps off of him, and then Ryder kicks him again, and then the dude yeets into a shocker. Mitsuba's brother is like, I don't give a shit, and continues attacking, but then gets shocker punched in the face, and then the guy just backhands Mitsuba for no reason. I think Mitsuba was just sitting down eating, and then after he punched his brother, he just turned and backhanded him.
Yeah, no, he fucking annihilated him. What's it? Ichio is the kid's name, right?
Yeah, Ichio.
Or Ichio, yeah. And The brother is like so ready to fight at any given point, and I'm like, yeah, kiddo, he knows what's up. And even later, he's gonna be my favorite character. I know it because he's out of his fucking mind. Like, at least you have somewhat grounding with Tojima. This guy seems like he is fucking balls to the wall from frame one. Like, he is out of his mind. So I'm excited.
And nobody is safe. Young, old, male, female. It doesn't matter. You're getting punched in the face. Everyone in this show gets punched in the face.
Everyone's getting fucking laid out.
The girl of the pair is like, why do you want to steal stuff with a regular human being like me? And the dude is like, we're Japanese Bonnie and Clyde. But then grandma comes home, who is just a towering tank of a woman wearing a Kamen Rider apron, holding, I don't know what you call that, like a gardening fork? I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think you're right.
The boys are like, Grandma, they're thieves. And she's like, oh, what are thieves doing eating in my house? And then she fucking rake stabs the shocker dude in the shoulder.
That's what it is. It's a rake. You got it, Greg.
Nice.
That's the word we were all looking for. Holy shit.
No, I'm going to continue with gardening fork.
Gardening fork. Used for making gardening pasta.
Yep.
You swirl it around for your gardening pasta.
He goes to drag him out of the house, but he turns into a shocker. And the kids are like, we have to go help her. And Grandpa's like, nah, she'll be aight. But then they hear an ominous sound. And they run outside. And there's blood in the hallway of their house. They run outside and everyone is dead, with a monster holding up Grandma's body in the moonlight. And Grandpa goes for revenge, but is slain as well.
Dude, these kids just were like trying to have like a nice dinner with the fam, and everybody died, and Greg's like, that was sick. And I was like, man, that's kind of sad. Like, these children are orphaned very young.
Yeah, I mean,
sucks to suck. And then Greg continues on.
It was pretty great. Look how big that moon is. Like, I mean,
dude, that moon is crazy. It's about to crash into Earth and also smash Chewbacca. You're welcome. Deep cuts, jokes. You're welcome.
Nice. He looks at the kids and is like, look, two shitters, and then spreads his wings and flies away. Cuts back to the present, and Mitsuba is like, we can't confirm, but it was probably a monster. And then Ichio rolls up and just hurricane spins into the air, and Superhero lands and is like, who are you guys? And they introduce themselves. Tojima is like, we fought Shocker. And Ichio is like, what the fuck? So it was you two. Who are you? And Yuriko is like, why is it always like this? But Tojima gets into his rider transformation pose and snaps on his Kamen Rider mask. And Ichio is like, let me ask you one thing. Who is the strongest Kamen Rider? Tojima is like, obviously, it's Kamen Rider. But then Ichio starts his transformation into We 3. And he says that We 3 is the strongest Kamen Rider.
Also, both of these scenes are beautifully animated. Like, everything in this show is really well done. As a joke, comedy, whatever show. It's like they got the team that drew season 2 of JJK and they're like, you guys want to have some fun in the off season? And they're like, yes, we're in. And then they nailed it. Every part of this was great.
Tojima is like, I can't let you say that without backing it up. And then challenges him. And Yuriko is like, what the fuck is going on? Ichio is like, you think that mask makes you Kamen Rider? I don't need that shit. And he strikes his V3 pose and is like, do you see him now? And Tojima's like, oh shit, I fucking see him. Ichio says since his grandma and grandpa died, he's abandoned his humanity and dedicated himself to vengeance. And that's how his soul became We 3. They start their duel, and Yuriko is like, what the fuck, you guys? Come on. And Tojima rider punches, but gets reversed by Ichio. Ichio says V3 was given the combined powers of Kamen Riders 1 and 2, and he's learned all sorts of martial arts. And by Tojima's punch, he can tell that he was self-taught. Tackle then rolls up and is like, me next. And Tojima is like, fucking stay out of it. And she's like, oh, I guess I shouldn't have gotten worked up. And then drops her tackle pants and changes. And Ichio is like, oh. Do you have a screenshot of that?
I do.
Okay. Okay.
Dude, okay. I don't have a screenshot of her taking off her undies.
Okay.
Or not her underwear. But she's standing there and she's like, all right, motherfuckers, I'm getting in too. Puts her dukes up, right? And then like fucking when Tojima's like, you shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here. And she's like, fucking fine. And then just like takes off her skirt. And he's just like, oh shit, that's a butt. Or maybe not. I just like this whole scene is my favorite shit with this stupid ass show. It's so good. It's so good. Everybody's dedicated their lives to being Kamen Rider. Everyone. And nobody's ever seen like a naked woman ever. Nobody knows how to talk to women. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. It's great.
Except Mitsuba. He does pretty good.
Mitsuba's doing great. He's over there. He's got his hot lady. And he's like, I love you. You're great. You're doing wonderful. And I understand. Like, I mean, your lady's got a body like that. You gotta make sure she's safe.
Yeah, you gotta lock it down. Nah, I mean,
you gotta lock it. You gotta rip it down. Lock it up.
Tojima Rider punches him in the face and is like, your opponent is me. And they fight it out. And Ichio does the V3 tailspin kick, but Tojima blocks. And Ichio is like, it can't be. Do you have the same soul as me? But then Yukarisu wakes up and is like, why is it so fucking loud? And then everyone turns and looks at her.
100% lady.
Ichio is like, motherfucking shocker! And goes to punch her in the face.
He does check her out a little bit first. Like, she gets up, and he's starting at her face. And it's like, he's like, oh shit. And then he looks straight at the titties, and then he looks down at the belt, and he's like, oh shit, she's shocker. Now I get to lose my shit. Yeah. There's a moment of hesitation. He's like, whoa, those are some shoulder-mounted cannons, dude.
Is this War Machine?
God damn it.
Okay, so he goes to punch her in the face, but Mitsuba stops him, and Ichio is like, what's the meaning of this? And Mitsuba says, she might be shocker, but she's his girlfriend. Ichio is like, what the fuck did you say? Say it again. And he does. And Yukarisu is smitten. And she's like, can you say it again? And he clears his throat and he says it again. And then they make out.
It's true. They're like,
oh, I see it. I had to look at the camera. Okay, got it. Yukarisu says she can't let it go on because she's shocker. And her mission was to monitor them. And if they had any comrades, to kill them all. And then she summons other shocker. And all sorts of other dudes stop what they're doing and transform into shocker and surround the heroes.
Okay, real quick. There's a dude just like eating pancakes and eggs or whatever he's eating at like a fucking diner. And he just runs out of the room. And she's like, you don't dine and dash? And he's like, no, I must do this. And then he turns into shocker. And then there's a dude in a fucking alleyway at 4 in the goddamn morning, because that's what time it is, just jamming out on his fucking guitar. It's also an acoustic guitar plugged into an amp, and he's like, fucking split it. Oh shit, it's time for me to turn to shocker. And then he fucking runs over, and you're just like, dude, what has happened on Earth at this point? Sorry, I had to pause this episode a couple times and just like put my head in my hands and go, what is this show? What is going on?
Yukarisu says she loves Mitsuba, but he has to die. And just has the maximum amount of snot tears possible. And that is how episode 4 ends.
It's true. That was it. Banger episode.
If you thought this was a banger, you just wait.
This show slaps, dude. It's so good. I really enjoy Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. I've told a few people about this show. So, good news. We'll have some more viewers that are watching that. But anyways, okay, onward. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's my least exciting show about the season.
Yes, I agree.
I'm just not a huge fan.
I'm not going to say too much because I have finished it. But yeah, I'll just say there's lots of unanswered questions. And when we get to the episode, when we do the finale, you got to give me like 20 minutes to cook, because I have like a laundry list of theories that I'm going to blow your mind with.
Yeah, you do it, dude. I'm 100% with you. I'll let you cook.
I think with this show, and we kind of talked about it already with the past 3 episodes, I don't know how much is lost on us. I think if you actually were a Japanese national, you went through the Japanese school system, you learned about Japanese history, I think a lot of this would make more sense. And I wonder how much of it is like we're just missing because we're not, I mean, I'm not Japanese. I know you are. because you're fluent and you're the subject matter
fucking
expert.
Christ.
Here's the thing, guys. Greg speaks fluent Japanese. Could get
That's-
around for